Good evening, friends. This is a little bit more on the machine learning AI topic and mental disciplines. I think a lot of people they just want to they have a simple question, but they don't know how to formulate it, which is there anything I can do subjectively, like while I'm riding a bus or just meditating, that will help me with computer science and becoming more aware of how to program and all this kind of stuff. Like, can I get into the tech field more easily if I do such and such a meditation? And I think that's a very worthy question, and I have a couple of answers to that. First of all, the Bayesian stuff and how your belief system is affected by incoming data, whether it matches your assumptions or not, and how it takes extraordinary evidence to unseat, a well established belief system and so on. So if you're into the whole Bayesian versus frequentist thing, so much the better. I mean, I'm not saying I want to perpetuate that particular argument. I'm just saying it's a thread you can use to follow statistics back into the past. It's often useful to follow a controversy. But more than all of that and the Bayesian stuff, which is again seminal, I think if you just study your own tendency to multitask and how you do that. And that's a scary thing because we all hear things about multitasking like you can't really do it and you shouldn't do it and like you must, all the secrets are involved in complete immersion into what you're doing right now and complete focus and the zen of archery and so on. That being said, we do need to switch tasks. We do things during the day in kind of rotation, but not really. Many religious sects are all based around how the day is apportioned. Scheduling time is not a trivial thing. And it's a way to not hate the robot. In other words, I want you to admire yourself no matter how and what you do with your time. It's not about self flagellation. Oh, I'm procrastinating. Oh, I'm not doing this or that. You can get into judgments, but what I'm suggesting as an exercise is what most lineages and traditions do recommend in the meditation department, which is simple self observation. But I'm saying do that with an eye towards studying scheduling. How do you queue up things? Like, you can't just do something the minute you think about it, or you often would like to. There's an impulse, and I'm thinking about good things like, gee, I haven't talked to so and so in a while, or I wonder if I should send someone a birthday card, or, think of positive and impulses that you have. Even so, you can't do them all the moment you think of them. And are you the kind of person who can kick the can forward, but then eventually you will do it because you'll get to where you kick the can? Or you'll kick the can again, and how many cans are you kicking? And sometimes we call it juggling. And we often talk about soccer moms, and sometimes the connotation of soccer mom is someone who's juggling a lot of things. They're driving a van around, they've got other people's kids, they've got to coordinate schedules. They're doing a lot and probably unpaid so-called volunteer work, right? If Yang's UBI comes out and people are getting 1,000 a month, a lot of soccer moms are going to say it's high time I get paid for all this work, right? If we're really going to look at work as everything you do should be compensated, then really every breath you take, you should be paid 10 cents or something like that. Just being alive is something we would compensate you for. Stranger things have been said, right? So I'm done taking care of Quinn for now. I've been in the recent videos talking about my dog care duties, and I've also been talking about machine learning and how we need to test on a huge amount of samples sometimes in order to get good at, in general, predicting, right? Predicting doesn't necessarily mean knowing the future, but in a way you can always say that it's knowing the future. It means knowing that this will be the right answer, right? When I say that's a dog or that's a cat, I know you're going to agree with me. So in a way you could say It's predicting the future no matter what you do, right? You're expecting to be in agreement. So again, to review, what I'm suggesting is, first of all, the answer is yes. There are things you can do introspectively to help you strengthen, your appreciation for some deep computer science content. One is, and data science. One is to think about belief systems and think about the Bayesian approach to changing your priors and the sort of feedback loop that you get on with machine learning, how you converge to a solution or not, or to a good model or not. That's number one. And number two, look at scheduling. How do you handle your day and the fact that you need to get a lot done? Maybe you're someone who needs to cook meals, and you need to do research, and you need to drive a car, and you need to go shopping, and you need to keep up on this and that and the other thing. So how do you divide your attention? How do you do your day? Just study that without a lot of judgment about how you must improve or how you must get better. Cooking is a great activity in this regard. Like, do you just stand and watch the pot boil? Or are you cutting onions while you're heating the water? How can you economize? How can you get more done in the same amount of time? As a challenge, as a fun thing. Sometimes relaxing is part of it, so you're not necessarily trying to make it all happen too fast. You want to savor it and take it slow. Understood, just schedule that too. Schedule your own relaxation. Schedule slack time, strange as that may sound. All right, talk to you soon.